In 1970, I returned from a year in Vietnam to the USA. I knew then there was unrest here, but did not really care. I was just happy to be home. I had a little run-in with some anti-war folks in LAX while waiting on a plane. I was spit at and called a drug addict and baby killer. It kind of pissed me off. Later it occurred to me that those folks were only doing what I had fought for. It did not lessen my anger, but it did change my way of thinking. Over the next 40 years, I managed to get married, raise a few boys, and remain gainfully employed. And all that time, I was still fighting, to stay alive, to stay sane. My weapons of choice were no longer my M16 or my beloved M79, but booze, and yes, drugs, especially booze. You may have heard the term self-medicating, usually said with a knowing wink. It was and is a real thing. Does it work? Well, it does numb everything for a while. In that respect, it works. Otherwise, it causes more problems or makes existing ones worse. Finally, about 8 years ago, I sought help at the VA. I was in bad shape. Nothing was working anymore. It saved my life. I can deal with it all now. It is still a fight. Sometimes a damn dirty junkyard dog type of fight. It has been bad enough that on several occasions, the most recent was last year, I seriously considered suicide. But I am still here. I can deal with it. This month, it will be 47 years since I left war to come home. I have seen this country go through some serious changes, and every time I heard the rattling of sabers, it angered me. It still angers me. Why should another generation of young men have to go through what I went through? To make matters worse, in my eyes, why should women have to go through it? Why are we sending our children into armed conflicts to kill or be killed against faceless enemies? And now it seems everybody wants to fight in Korea again, or maybe Iran, maybe both. Let me rephrase that. Not everybody wants to fight. The ones who push the loudest for fighting have no intention of running down to the recruiters and putting on a uniform. And that brings me to my challenge. If you are one of those people who believe we should send our boys and girls into armed conflict, I challenge you to do the following. Go to the nearest VA facility, walk around a bit, and talk to some of the old sailors, doggies, jarheads, and airheads. I myself am a jarhead. At one time or another, I worked with all the others. I love them all like brothers. Listen to their stories, make note of their opinions, look into their eyes, and remember what you see there. Then take a little trip to D.C. Walk along the Vietnam Memorial and read the names inscribed in black marble. Notice the folks there trying to touch someone that no longer can be touched, listening for a voice they no longer can hear. Again, pay attention to what you see in those eyes. From there, go to Arlington. Just stand there in respectful silence and let your eyes travel along the seemingly endless rows of white crosses. When this is done, go home. Remember what you saw in those eyes. Remember everything. And then tell me you want to be responsible for more white crosses, for more monuments, for more veterans going to the VA clinics, just trying to stay alive, to stay sane. Old Dog out.